So this is a little bit of a change. Normally I'd start these videos off by filming in the study, but everyone's homeschooling, we're in lockdown, so I thought I'd come out, have a change of scenery. It's the middle of winter, it's meant to be about 19 degrees, but currently 11, so maybe hoodie on, outside, in nature, have a different backdrop for this video. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2 where we go through a rush, you can find all the links in the description down below. Other than that, we arrived in Beijing, we said goodbye to our intrepid group, and we joined a new one. Tonight most of the group are heading out to the Donghunman Street Markets, where the humidity kind of gets the better of me.
What do us locals do?
With the high humidity, I've noticed that a lot of the locals call themselves like this.
No.
But Claire soon puts a stop to that. So let me tell you about the Donghunman Street Market. It's a daily street market in Beijing. They serve traditional food as well as seahorses, silkworms, snakes, snails, spiders, scorpions, mostly on a stick and mostly deep fried. So the options can be slightly overwhelming, but we'll let Alex go first and we'll see what her reaction is.
Don't tell me if it's horrible. That's quite nice. It tastes like pork.
Yeah, pork crackling, I can deal with that. So the following morning we're heading to Beijing Olympic Park to check out the atmosphere for the Beijing Summer 2008 Olympics, and I try my best not to sweat too much. We spend the rest of our time in Beijing exploring the Summer Palace.
Yeah, again. Stairs. Midday sun.
Tiananmen Square and the Forbidden City. But before heading out of Beijing, there's a must-do tourist attraction, the Great Wall of China. We started our walk at Jingqiling, and 10 kilometers later, we finished at Sematai. That's quite nice being out here. But the walk may only have been 10 kilometers, but it was hot, the temperature was in excess of 30 degrees, it was a very high humidity, and add to that, some of the staircases we climbed, they're almost vertical. The entire walk took us about 5 hours to complete, with a great sense of self-achievement. The ice slowly helped cool us down before getting back on the bus for a sleep on the way back into town. So from Beijing we caught another sleeper train to the city of Xi'an. Home of the Terracotta Warriors. But I think the main highlight for me was the bike race. But the main highlight for me was the bike ride around the city walls, even though it did start a little bit competitive.
I think James is creeping.
Well, I'm trying to get some good
And you're just going to cycle off straight in front of me.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 4.
From Xi'an, we kept heading south and found ourselves in the city of Chengdu, the home of the panda. Although they had some 5-week-old baby pandas, we were not allowed to take pictures or film them, but all the other pandas were free game. After leaving Chengdu, we travelled through Lishan to see a giant Buddha. I struggled on the concept of how a life jacket should work.
No, we're not back.
And then we ended up in the monastery of Mi Shan for a 3-night stay. And then we met our local guide, who was Patrick. You see, I say local because we also had a local guide who was a Chinese lady called Jennifer. She made sure that we travelled from point A to point B, got on all the sleeper trains that we needed to, all the buses, made sure that if we needed a group meal, we was all there at the right time, checked in, checked out of hotels, that sort of thing. And then when we get to somewhere a little more dialed in, we had a local guide who helped us out with more local knowledge. That guy was Patrick. He wasn't our only local guide. As we travelled through China and other places, we had more of them. They would come, stay with us for a couple of days, and then go and join another trip as they came through behind us. But today, Patrick is giving us a little pep talk on how amazing his 6-hour walk is going to be. I was a little bit doubtful, but turned out to be amazing and probably one of the most physically challenging parts of the entire trip. The night before our 6-hour trek, we got some rest in our basic room in the monastery.
This is basic. Cockroaches, so we're doing well.
Quite nice actually.
So we travelled by bus, cable car, and a 3-hour walk to the top of the M.I. Shan Golden Summit Mount Peak. And let me quote here from the blurb on the Intrepid website. It says, "The views from the 399 metre peak at M.I. Shan are truly spectacular, especially on clear days." However, today wasn't a clear day, couldn't see a thing, had no idea what we were looking at.
Here at Mount MA, with fantastic views. If you've got the right weather, turn around, that's what we can actually see.
But still didn't take away from the experience of what we'd done. We took in the mist, what could be views, turned around, did the cable car and the bus. So this video is one in part of a larger series of why we moved to Australia from the UK and how we did it, I would like to think, unconventionally. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button and the like button and the bell notification. No one ever does that. In fact, I think something like 97% of my views on this channel are unsubscribed. Now either, well, I'm guessing it's just because people don't like my content, but if you do, press the button. Right, see you on the next one.
What?
So don't leave the strap dangling. Okay.
You're supposed to tell me when there's a step.
Big boy, he's pointing his willy at you.